back from the break. Did you have a great time? I don't care how good your break was. Thanks for coming back. To Bright Club, the research comedy variety night. Did you have a good time in the first half, though? That's what I really want to know. Yeah, you did. Well, we have 3 more amazing acts for you, which I think you're really going to enjoy. But I wanted to address something that came up in the break, though, right? Because I mentioned my Trump shame. So yes, I'm American, and I'm really sorry, which is kind of more Canadian when you think about it. I feel bad about that. I'm from a kind of interesting place. I am from the town of Los Alamos, New Mexico. Does anyone know the claim to fame of Los Alamos, New Mexico?
Manhattan Project.
Nuclear test is very close, right? So Los Alamos is where the atomic bomb was invented. You're welcome! So like when people from other small towns say that their town is in the middle of nowhere, my town was planned by the US Army to be in the middle of nowhere. Like it actually wasn't a town before World War II at all. They just sent all these scientists there to this like secret location in the middle of the desert to do this amazing work. And they didn't tell anyone about it. But so this means some weird things happened, like they all had to share the same post office box in a different town that did exist. And so at some point that post office box actually got a letter from a catalog company saying, "Dear sir, we have sent over 100 catalogs to this address. We do not know what you are doing with them, but we will send no more." And like after you know the war ended and the existence of the town was revealed, it's not a secret town anymore, but it is still just a town that has like a gigantic national laboratory there, like a weapons lab, basically. And so what this meant for me growing up is that almost everyone I knew was a scientist. I thought you were gonna cheer there, but it's interesting that you didn't. No, like, because in some ways that's cool, right? A lot of role models for science, that's great. But then I think also like that's a really bizarre culture to have only scientists in a town. You know, like everything that you don't like about scientists, it's like that times a million. And then it also means that basically everyone that I grew up with, like we all went off to college being like, I'm gonna be a scientist, I'm gonna be an engineer or a mathematician or something. Like we didn't know about anything else. And so then a lot of people were like, you know, phoning home to say that they had discovered like English literature or modern art, which is like, painful sometimes. You know, that phone call like, oh, hey mom, yeah, college is going really well. I just wanted to say, you know I said I'd be studying chemistry, but I've discovered modern dance. It's really me, you know? No! I'm so proud of you, honey. Don't tell your father. It's kind of messed up though as well, right? And another example of that, so when I was in high school, I was on the swim team. I don't know if any of you were cool enough to be on the swim team when you were in high school. It's not a cool team. But so like at swim meets, right? The way that swim meets work, you show up with your team beforehand, there's the pool, that's where the swimming occurs. And before like the races start, you're in your teams and you're doing these like team cheers. You know, get yourselves pumped and psych out the opposition. And so one of the cheers that we would do, my swim team from Los Alamos, is one that went like this. Boom! Nuke 'em! Nuke 'em! That's real. We really did that. And like, okay, you know, like use what you have, I guess, and cheers. Like, nuclear weapons have a morally ambiguous history even in wartime, but hey, ooh, swimming! Got some weapons of mass destruction here. These deltoids! Oh. So now that I've lost the room completely.